Hello everybody, welcome to Weighted to Win. It's a Wednesday, we're out at Hollywood Bets Gravel. We're on the Poly and there are 8 races to get through today. Daryl Marie's with me, we'll go through the card and we'll talk about what the plan is in terms of what we need to do today. As far as yesterday goes, one or two hard luck stories or just what?
What we need to do today is to try recover after yesterday.
It's a recovery time. Okay, so just a reminder about our social media, just with regards to Twitter and our WhatsApp number and all that sort of stuff. Please make sure that you join. We'd love to have you on it at any given time. There's all the information that you need. And join us. We welcome you. First race, just to let you know that the 5 and the 8 are out. They're not running. We're doing this morning a recording at around 10 o'clock, so fairly close to race time. And we're going to chat to Daryl about what he likes in the open. Now, let's talk about Corsican. The Garth Puller stable's in good form.
Absolutely.
And I've heard that sometimes he's fairly conservative when he has a conversation with what he likes. But I think, I don't want to say take it with a pinch of salt. I think he's probably underrated himself as a trainer because he's tuning them in one by one.
Yeah. Have you heard today's voice note by any chance? Neither have I.
No.
Clyde, here's my topic. Have a look on paper. He holds his biggest companion, Le Ultimo, quite comfortably. That was on the Ice and Fire starts. But Le Ultimo wore a tongue tie on that occasion. Obviously, he didn't enjoy it because it has been removed in his 2 starts since then. And that was over 1,700. Today, it's over 1,400. Now, interestingly enough, listen to this, Clyde. Le Ultimo beat Barbati, and Barbati has beaten Corsican. So on a line through Barbati, Le Ultimo is the one to beat.
Right.
But Corsican's beaten Le Ultimo. So I've got a slight preference for Corsican because I thought he needed his comeback start. Tad unlucky, got tight for him on the running rail. I'm happy to bank him in the first leg of the bipods.
And the draw is always crucial. Both of them are drawn pretty well, but that you banker in Corsican, I think, is probably a good way to go. So let's hope we get through this first leg. Here's a look at what the bipod looks like. We'll start with the following, where we are bankering Corsican ahead of 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 6, 1, 5, 7, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10. We're telling you at the outset, today's card is tough. It's not easy, but we're taking our chances. You're back with us. Welcome. Second race on the card is over 1,400 metres, and here Paul Gatsby's got the favourite at 17-10, Sea of Tears. Muzieni's there to ride. He had a winner yesterday at Turfentine on Tuesday, and certainly the one to beat. Obviously, you've got to respect Dennis Bosch. That stable, Daryl's also been in fairly good form, Dennis.
Yes, Clyde. Take note, this is a maiden handicap. So Sea of Tears certainly does bring the best form into the race, but she has to give weight all round. She is exposed, but they are removing the blinkers and trying her over further. A 6 furlong start, she seems to be staying on in the latter stages, so I don't believe the distance will be a problem. But she does have to give weight all round, and one of those who's receiving weight is number 2, Darla. 5.5 kilograms is a lot of weight, Clyde. And she's got the potential of just slotting in behind Sea of Tears and getting the run of the race.
Yeah.
Last time out on the turf track, it was a soft track over 1,800, just quarter out. It was too far. Penultimate start, she placed over the course and distance. So I think receiving that weight brings her into the play over here. If you like her chances, consider number 4 over here, Pixie in Love, the biggest Rafa in the race. She gets 2 kilograms this time round with Darla for a length beating, and she last time out in her later start she raced 3 wide with no cover. They are removing the blinkers, and she's only got 50 kilograms to shoulder. So if you're playing trifectas and quartets, I'd certainly include her.
All right, well, we're going to put something up for you. I know from the Sea of Tears, it's got to give weight. Fortune Bay came out of that Form 9 and won, so at least that's been franked. But Daryl's side is going 1 and 2 by a bank of the 6 in the next leg of the place accumulator, and that's greenback currency. The Mowings are back in Durban. Then 1 and 5 by 2 and 5 by 1, 2, 3, 9, 10 by 1, 5, 6, 7, and at the back of this 480 Rand perm, we're going 2, 4, and 10. Greenback Currency may well be the one to beat. That's our place accumulator banker. But from a market perspective, at 10 o'clock this morning, they got Johnny's Hope from Com Naidu stable as top of the boards, even money favourite. And Daryl, the other one, your one is 17 to 10.
Yeah, Clyde, personally, I won't be backing either of them because I don't believe the race stops there. I wouldn't discount number
Hopefully
one.
good enough to run a place for us.
Yes.
For our PAs.
Absolutely.
Don't give us nerves now halfway through.
No. Last time I'd seen the mile, Clyde, that was too sharp for him. I don't think he's a miler. He's a better 10 furlong horse. And we know that he stays. And Wayo's not going to raid a horse that is just going down there to have a look-see.
Sure.
They're going there to bring home the money. So I know the form line hasn't been franked yet.
I see so.
Yeah, it's very poor. But you know what? This isn't the strongest of lineups, and I think he could get it right.
Okay.
Johnny's Hope, I have healthy respect for him. My only reservation, Clyde, look at his form. He was in cracking form, ready to exit the maidens, and then I think he picked up a little bit of a hiccup along the way because he's been rested for 2 months. I don't know why he was off the track for 2 months, but he's straight into a 10 furlong race, so I think that suggests that he's fit and well. So I've got healthy respect for him. He ran on extremely well with those blinkers fitted for the first time in his latest start. And then number one, Agamemnon. If you watch his latest replay, he was travelling so well. It looked like he was going to cruise in. And then he just came up for it in the latter stages. It was his first run as a gelding. And I know the form line is a bit suspect, but this isn't a strong lineup. So I respect him.
The Johnny's Hope form line not suspect because it's been fairly solid with that horse Majestic Warrior coming to win and a few others close up in seconds and thirds. Okay, let's get a pick six up. Let's see what the story is. The other third, Darren Burrows, who's not with us for this particular preview, but he's happy to banker Johnny's Hope. So he's gone the other way. He says it's good enough. Ahead of 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, by 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, by 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 5 and 7, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11, 12. That's his pick six, and it's entirely up to you what you want to spend. If you want 5%, perhaps it's a 200 rander, it's your call. So Alison Wright's got the favourite here. Sazura is the one to beat at 28 to 10 favourite this morning. Second choice, number 3, Zuberi is 4 to 1, and 11 to 2 about number 2, Fleet Commander, joined to the 4, Forest Jump. Sazura the right one in the race? Would that be your first choice?
I hope so, Clyde. I originally had 2 horses in my PA, but the 5 has been scratched.
Yeah.
So I could potentially end up on a bank of VA number 1, Sazura. You know, he's in cracking form for a 7-year-old. Look what good form he's in.
Yes.
He's as
And we've
honest,
spotted him go to the starters. He moves well, eh?
and he's
we
as
like
honest
him.
as the day is long. So
Yeah.
he loves the course and distance. 8 starts, 4 wins, and a second.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Clyde. He's got that apprentice allowance to help him. The 1 draw to boot, and it looks like the pace is going to be honest with the likes of Victory Twist and Forest Jump. So it should be an even gallop, and I think he'll be thereabouts once again. But if you like his chances, you have to have healthy respect for number 7, and that's Master of Law. You can see in his penultimate start, he finished right alongside Sazura, so there's very little separating the two of them. I actually fancied him in his later start, and he was very disappointing. He came out slow, and he was never in contention. He never had a chance thereafter. So if he breaks well and he gets into the race, I think he should be thereabouts.
Okay.
If you want him to play wider, Victory Twist. Now, he's a solid son of Flying the Flag. If he overcomes that draw without any pressure, I wouldn't be surprised to see him keeping on rolling. So,
What do you make of Fleet Commander, Daryl? He getting on with D, Kanamaya. Give it a chance.
I'm not the way...
Form line hasn't worked out.
I don't really like the way he moves, Clyde.
And well beaten by Sazura last time.
Yeah. He's got
so
his
you
work
say-
cut out, but he's lightly raced. He's got scope for improvement.
And he's got a
You know,
big
this
plus
is the
in
Grable
Keegan.
Polytrack, Clyde.
Yeah.
So,
Correct. Tell me, you were saying your first few? Where what?
1-7. So let's hope
Lafferty's
this
horse.
7-year-old gelding by Oratorio can go back to back.
1 and 7, yeah, okay, let's get jackpots up. It's race number 4. Darren Burrows worked out a jackpot for us, and here's what he wants to do. He's going wider. He's going 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, by 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, by 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, by 5 and 7. And his jackpot comes to 504 Rand. Thanks for coming back to us. Let's on race 5 now. It's over 1,600 meters. 33 to 10 about Rodriguez, top of the boards. The 2 Pewter Sky is 5 to 1, and the 9 Ubuntu 5 to 1. 13 to 2 L's My Daddy. Don't know. It's a tough race, not easy. Social media followers on Twitter at Waited to Win's our handle. Please join us. And we've also got a WhatsApp number that's on your screen that you can send your name and email address to. And we'll add you, of course, to the WhatsApp group to get that information. Don't really like this race, to be honest. You?
I've narrowed it down to 3 runners, Clyde. My top pick is going to be number 5, Al's My Daddy. Have a look at his rating from an 83 down to a 76. And he's back over a mile, Clyde. You can see he's had 4 career victories to date. All of them have been over a mile. So he's definitely distance suited. And he's close up in his recent starts. So with that rating drop, I think he could be right there. Respect for number 2, Pewter Sky. 2 runs over the course in distance for a second and a first. Muzi from a good draw. He should be thereabouts. Comnadu. And then Rodriguez, number 4. He loses ground at the start. That's the concern. But in a small field, I don't think it'll be too far back turning for home. Okay. And he can turn it on. So in order, 5, 2, 4.
I've been quite impressed, I must tell you, with the way Jason Gates has been riding lately. He's been
I think he places his horses extremely well. He puts them into the race. He gives them a chance.
Yeah.
He does tend to bounce, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's confident at the moment.
He's riding with a lot of confidence.
And that's what's important, is to get your confidence back. And I think he's a good guy to follow now, Jason Gates. He must be given more opportunities, I think.
Yeah, we gave him an opportunity with Wildlife Safari. And since then, he's come well. So
absolutely.
Yeah, he's riding with confidence.
And so is, not that he's riding in this race, but because Jason's on Cyber Time, but so is Sean Veal. I think Sean's been riding particularly well. He's getting them home.
Durban and Cape Town.
Yeah, correct. Okay, well, that's just for whatever you want to digest and make of it. Let's put some jackpots on. Is it Darren or Daryl? Daryl's having a go at this jackpot. He's going 2, 4, and 5 by 1, 2, 3, 9, 10 by 1, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 10. This jackpot is 360 Rand. Since we've been talking about Jason Gates, maybe you want to add the 8 in the first leg. Right, guys, where are we? Race 6 now. This particular event is a handicap at the 66 level. Fillies and mares, and, when it's a 66 and lower, fillies and mares, it can be a nightmare. Expect whatever you like. Daryl, what do you think? 4 to 1 the field, of which Magically's top of the boards, and our Emily for Mace Roberts and Rachel Venica are second choice.
Yeah, I don't know, Clyde, let me...
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's probably the way to play it. Here we play roulette.
It's landed on a Candy for My Mommy, who happens to be my top pick.
Candy for My Mommy. The other one of comes, okay?
Clyde, I was very impressed with the latest victory in Open Company. I actually watched that replay. Things didn't go her own way. She turned into the straight. She got the gap closed on her. It got a little bit tight, and she quickened up extremely well in the straight. I think having her peak run, she should be thereabouts once again. Then you got the likes of number 1 over here, Flying the Star. She was last seen in the winner's enclosure 539 days ago. But yeah, you got Keegan DeMello from a 1 draw on a filly that's ratings dropped from a 76 to a 59. There's a lot in her favour. If you're playing wider, have a look at number 3 for Trifectas and Quartets, Red Rosa. She's got ability. They brought her right back in trip. She should be racing fresh with the blinkers fitted for the first time. So she's got upset
33 to 1.
She's got upset claims. But Candy for My Mommy ahead of the likes of Flying the Star and a little bit of value in Red Rosa.
Okay.
Doesn't stop there, Clyde.
Yeah.
Plenty with chances. Casa Rosada. Magically, you can never discount her chances on this. So play wide in exotics.
Okay. Well, Candy for my mommy is there, thereabouts. This is what we're going to do with all of that. It's a each way recommendation, and it currently 6-1 a win, and you'll double your money a place. Toto is the favourite 5-2 in the running of the 7th race for the Michael Miller stable. Serena Moodley's also been booting winners home. Second choice Aisling for Com Naidu, and priced up 28-10, and the Winter's Destiny is at 7-2 that Keegan DeMello is riding for Dean Caname. All right, Daryl, 7th race looks a little, I think perhaps more is it easier to work out or figure out? Was it
another
more
fillies in
competitive?
Mes handicap, Clyde. Just have a look at Aisling. She was as high as a 99. She did drop to a 68, but she's notched up a few victories thereafter, so she's back up to an 87. If you like her chances, you have to respect Toto, who's 2 kilograms better off. So very little separating the two of them on paper. There's no doubt the class act in the race is number 1, Love Bomb. She may be questionable over this course and distance, but the last time she was seen over this track and trip, she ran second, just got touched off in a progress plate. And then I'm not ignoring the stable companion. That's number 6, Star Choice. Now, Clyde, this filly doesn't enjoy the kickback. She's drawn a bit wide. That will certainly suit her. And another thing that I believe will suit her is Ant Mkhutwa. He's got soft hands and she likes to be left alone. And she can turn it on if things go away. So, small but competitive.
Yeah, that's the only runner that hasn't come from Royal Kitty yet. Funny enough, this horse that you're talking about, Star Choice, is the only horse that hasn't run. Everything else has. One of which was that horse in Kilo that came out, and one was
That's
right
correct,
behind. Okay, well, let's put it up. It does seem quite tough. Darren Burrows is recommending, on the other hand, that we take swingers 5-7. So the last race, hopefully it's a quartet kind of race. It's a 68 handicap, and market is also confused. They're not sure themselves because they've got them priced up at 6-1 the field. Is that wide open?
You might get 7-1. Yeah, no, Clyde. This is a very difficult event.
Nice quartet to catch if you can, Daryl.
If you can, and just
Work it out for us. Work it out for us.
Sure. I'd say number 2, Quizmaster, has to be respected over here.
Yep.
Clyde, have a look at his rating. Off a 75, he was competitive. Off a 65, he was competitive. He's down to a 59.
Sure.
So one has to believe this is the right mark to notch up another victory. He has been disappointing. I expected more from him. But off a 59 from a 2 draw, one has to believe he's going to be thereabouts. Number 4, Fiery Duke, if he can get away with that apprentice claim, he could prove very hard to peg back. We saw that form line being franked with all the time.
Yeah.
I think for high velocity, one indirectly from there. But he needs to settle. And if you watch replays, you have to be impressed with number 10's later start. Sir Theodore, nothing went his way. He got balked for the length of the straight. And he's obviously appreciated being fitted with blinkers again. The penny seems to have dropped. So if you're looking for a nice roughie to include in those quartets, Clyde, certainly don't discount number 10, Sir Theodore. But I think you'll get an honest run from Quizmaster.
I think Mr. Nkobo rides fairly well.
Yeah,
I
things
don't
have
mind
been
the way he
quiet
puts it
for him.
together.
Things have been quiet for him recently.
Yeah,
but
he needs a chance too. You can't.
Clyde,
with all due respect, I mean,
he gets,
if you're on
if
a
he gets,
50-1 shot, what chance? What do you expect?
if you get a bone with some meat on it,
Yeah.
he's the one that can deliver.
Correct. All right. Well, let's hope we can get him home. Well, this is the each way recommendation, the last race, and we're going Quizmaster from Daryl Marie's side for Lorenzo Karim and Mr. Nkobo. We're shouting him home the last race.